Merry Christmas, fellow Dawi. Have you been good for Mr. Grombrindal to bring you presents and cheer and lots of brew? Yes! Anywho, welcome Strat fans. It's me, Colonel Strat, the strategy extraordinaire here, and today I'm going to be covering Warhammer 3's Dawi Santa Claus, Grombrindal. Now, Grombrindal was one of my favorite characters in Warhammer 1, and he's probably what got me into the dwarves because he's just so batshit insane that I love him. I love him to death. In Warhammer 3, he's going crazy in Naggaroth, killing a lot of Dark Elves, so I love him even more. I wanted to show my guide here for him. He is a powerhouse in and of himself, but he doesn't really buff up many troops by himself, I don't believe. Could be wrong. I believe from my experience with him and his reworks and all that, he buffs up lower tier units, and his higher tier units are more like his machinations and all that. He's not as bad as Thorek, who buffs up only like low tier units because he doesn't like technology for some reason, even though the Dawi invented gunpowder and everything, you know. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this guide on one of my favorite dwarf characters. Another dwarf spotlight. Gotta love them. Remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you like it. Tell me how much you love Grombrindal down in the comments. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on another glorious Warhammer 3 guide. So, without further ado, let's get into Grombrindal.
Our enemies shall tremble.
They shall, Grombrindal. Now, Grombrindal starts with a pretty impressive army. He's got some hammerers, he's got some thunderers, quarrelers, iron drakes, he's got some gyrocopters. He's doing pretty well. All of his weapon strength against elves is 20%. All of his armies, he can call upon the ancestor gods, which is a very special, unique mechanic for him. Every so often, his lord effects, he has reinforcement range plus 50, leadership plus 10 for his army, and melee defense plus 10 for quarrelers and iron drakes, which is really good. It increases their capabilities in melee combat. And on top of that, he himself is a melee beast. So he starts over in Naggaroth, right on the edge of the map here. Very strategic location, actually, because south of him is the Tomb Kings, the guy that doesn't fight anybody, and north is all the people that want to kill him. So, you know, it's good. So let's dive into Grombrindal, the White Dwarf, and his ancestral throng.
This is the day to strike many grudges from the great book.
We shall strike many. I like how there's not like a zoom down because we're already on the edge of the world here. Alright, so he plays pretty similar to other dwarves. The only difference is this right here, the living ancestor. In a couple turns, he'll have the ability to call upon the ancestor gods. I will show you that. But first, let's go into what he starts with. He starts with a minor settlement. It's not great, but he does have this special repurposed holds here. Gives him some good gold, oath gold, and research rate. I usually take this one and try to make it my resource capital. He starts with a runesmith, which is great. His army is pretty powerful. So fight these Skaven, wipe him out, and we'll do that because this is our province. I want our province to go up. Eldar Spire is next. There you go. Alright, the altar of ultimate darkness is what we have to take right here. That's the capital of this one. But here is his skill tree. So he has Mountain Strider here, increases the campaign movement range and gives him Strider. Armor piercing weapon damage plus 10 when defending and plus 10 melee defense when defending. He has a vigor loss reduction bias 50%, which is really good. Rouse the Engineers, which increases the ammunition for Iron Drakes, melee defense, and missile strength for Iron Drakes and War Machines. So he does really well with War Machines. His Resolve increases his special ability right there. Age of Vengeance increases the army's armor piercing weapon damage and speed, and then Time of the Ancestors reduces his Time of the Ancestors stuff. It's not insane buffs, but it's good buffs. He does really well with like War Machines and stuff. That means like gyrocopters, gyro bombers, all the artillery pieces, the Iron Drakes. Those guys do really well with him. Iron Drakes are what he goes for, but most of the time you're not going to be working with Iron Drakes until later tier because I believe they're a tier 2 unit. I wonder when you get them. Anyway, I'm going to get full plate armor and probably Inspiring Presence. And then our runesmith, speed, and we will recruit dwarf warriors. I believe it's Iron Drakes are in a tier 3 building here, the gunsmith's forge, when you can make Iron Drakes. So I would just make Iron Drakes instead of Thunderers because they do a lot, but you might need some Thunderers to cover the range, even though the Iron Drakes are even more armored than the Thunderers. Now, of course, first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to buff up our ammunition and volley fires and all that, or you could do Dwarven Resolve. I usually go for this one, Interlocking Shield, so I can get more armor for my shielded units. He does have a couple special grudges. The Whitebeard Oath Grudge against Naggaroth gives him the Master Rune of Strongly Redbeard, which is pretty good, pretty effective. The Snorri Whitebeard's Final Grudge, the Master Rune of Spite, which is a good damage rune. And then the Unfinished Business Grudge against the High Elves gives you a whole lot of armor piercing damage to whatever unit has that rune. So that's pretty much what he has to do. He has the regular forge like the other dwarves, so he has all that. Like I said, he does buff up his Iron Drakes a little bit, giving them some more of that. His special gear set reduces upkeep for his army, gives him the Rune Axe of Grombrindal, which is really good. His Armor of Grombrindal skills gives him a lot of physical resist and ward save, 10% ward save. His Cloak of Valea gives him a insane amount of spell resistance and some physical resist, and then all together they give you more control and more relations with dwarves. Helps you confederate them more. And Grombrindal himself is insane. He's unbreakable. He's got a lot of spell resist and missile resist. He's got his Grombrindal has no fear, which gives him more melee defense. I believe it's also an effect range, so it affects units around him. He encourages, he has 500 melee attack with armor piercing on it, and he also has magical attacks. He's insane. He is just insane. Diplomacy wise, you're not going to really have anybody to really work with except for, like I said, the Exiles of Nehek who are down here. They're going to kind of just not do anything to you. So I'm going to go a couple turns and show you the Living Ancestor and show you which one you want to use. Just give me one moment. Alright, so here's what we call the Living Ancestor. So such is his age and renown, the White Dwarf has many years as he strove with ancestor gods themselves. Basically, he's one of them too. So he's been with them for so long he can call on them. So you have four options. You have Grindnir's Strength, which increases 10 to melee attack, defense, and reload time for Grombrindal's army. Paramour of Valea, which increases his replenishment weight, control, and corruption reduction in his army. Apprentice of Grugni, which increases 20% research rate faction-wide, minus 20% upkeep for Grombrindal's army. Construction and recruitment cost, minus 10 for Grombrindal's region. And then the White Dwarf, and just buffs up Grombrindal and makes him pretty insane. Now, for the early turns, I usually go for Grugni, so that I can get a whole bunch of research done and get it really good. And then I'll do either Kin of Grimnir when I'm going on an attack, or Paramour of Valea if I'm trying to recoup. And the Valea one's really good because the dwarves lack any substantial casualty replenishment. That makes it really insane. So I usually do Grugni for the first 25 turns, and then later on, if you still need a lot of research, Grugni's your guy, because not only does it research a lot, but it reduces Grombrindal's upkeep, and you can just funnel all the insane units into Grombrindal's army, and they're slashed by 20%. So usually do Grugni, and then this is Grugni's teachings. Look at that. Now we're up to 1,000 again. We're just about to take, or we were about to take, Altar of Ultimate Darkness. So that's pretty much Grombrindal's campaign. Later on, after the Living Ancestor comes again, you could decide which one you want to pick, but it's pretty much just a solid buff that just buffs up your campaign, and you're able to get it just buff up your faction so much, and I love it. I love it. That's why I play so many campaigns of Grombrindal. I hope you guys enjoyed the campaign side. Now, because Grombrindal doesn't buff up any major units other than like Iron Drakes and War Machines, I'm going to show him in skirmish battles with these War Machines because his buffs are just going to make them even more insane. I'm just going to do skirmishes because those are the only ones he buffs up. If he buffed up a lot of different units, or if he did generic buffs to his army, then I would do in the campaign. But because he only buffs up a certain type of unit and it's late game units, I'm just going to show him in the skirmish because already those units are insane. So he just buffs them up and makes them up bigger, just so you know that. So let's go into the first army composition, guys. Alright, so the ones that I brought, of course I have the Hammerers, the Iron Drakes, the Gyrocopters, Thunderers, and all those ones that we started with. I did get rid of the Miners, and I added some more Dwarf Warriors and some more Quarrelers, as well as a couple Grudge Throwers in the back. And it's pretty much a standard Dwarf army with these little bit of advanced units added in, so we just kind of take that for granted, and we have Grombrindal in the middle, and his Rune Priest over here, or Woundsmith over here, and let's start the battle. Going up against the dreaded Skaven. We're going to send our Gyrocopters out to scout. Hopefully we can see them. The enemy has the high ground, or at least they'll have the high ground. There, now we'll be able to shoot them. Hold your ground. There we go. Yeah, let's take care of those guys. Grombrindal has no fear! Rune of slowness on those guys. That way we can catch them out. Alright. Let's focus the Grudge Throwers down there. Let's get these guys over here. Iron Drakes. Iron Drakes, come on. Stop. Skirmish is not good for Iron Drakes because they're just gonna be like, oh my god, but we're missile troops. I don't care. Facing a lot of Skaven slaves right now. They don't have that good of units, but they do have numbers. Let's see if we can thin their numbers a little with our Iron Drakes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, there we go. That burned them. Burn them out. Get those guys. Let's armor up a little bit. There we go. Let's take care of them. Alright, let's blast them with our fire. Yeah, molten fire. Yeah. Oh, those are clan rats, I think. Yeah, those are clan rats. And they're still getting completely dunked on by our iron drakes. As they should. They'll get dunked on by our foilers too. Shit. Oh, no, iron drakes, no. Not into our own lines. And that's the army losses. They have lost. It was a pretty easy victory. 5 minutes. We killed him pretty fast. Ah, yes. Smoke him with the iron drakes. And that was a tier 1. Pretty much just simple dwarven style. Just a little bit of using these special units until we have the ability to make more. Tier 2 is going to look very different. So stick with me for that one. Alright, now if you've seen, there's a little bit of changes. For one, we have 4 iron drakes and 4 thunderers. Now the thunderers provide the armor piercing, while the iron drakes provide the bulk of the damage. So they're going to do a whole lot of damage to them, but they don't have a lot of armor piercing. So that's why the thunderers are here, just to help them out. And then the back line, we have the longbeards, or the front line, and then the back line is going to fall behind them and take cover, and then go to the sides. We do have 2 cannons back here to help dish out some extra damage against these chaos guys. And then our hammerers, of course, chilling in the back, waiting to go pulverize some special targets. Grombrindal and his runesmith here. I'm not going to be adding much more heroes into his army until tier 3. For now, it's just Grombrindal and his runesmith, but they are decked out fully. So let's get into the battle against the Chaos Boys. Corn. I may want to especially target a few units on the corn side. There we go. That's good. Just to do a little bit more damage to them there. Now they're taking the bait, so that's good. They're going right into the killing field here. That is good. You'll want to keep these guys on skirmish this time so they can go behind. I do have the gyrocopters too. I forgot about that. They can actually help quite a bit. There we go. Firing. We're firing. Oh no, I forgot. Oh, fucking dogs. They ruined my plan. I forgot we gotta really micromanage for the gyrocopters. Alright, let's do the rune of Oath and Steel on the line here. Help ourselves out. Get the iron drakes over here. And then we'll have the thunderers back here. There we go. Yeah, my plan was a little ruined, but that's okay. They're stuck in melee, so we can still get around the sides and do a whole lot of damage to them on the sides, which will do just fine. Aim for the bigger units first, like the taller units. That's the thing, you can aim for the taller units, like the monsters. The iron drakes are taking forever to move it because they're slow as can be. 26 speed, man, that is insanely slow. Come on, pump those dwarven legs, come on. You heard him, he said it, pump them. We're still gonna win though, because our line is just that good. Even against these chaos warriors, they're just that good, because we out melee defense them. Shoot the Waziks. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's killing the Waziks. There we go.
Nothing can stop us! Nothing can stop us!
And then we just, mop them up. There we go. Just go and mop up as many as we can. Get in the back line. That way you make sure that you get them and not have to worry about shooting your own guys. Get right in the back line and then shoot them. There we go. Fire. Oh, my lord. Oh, that is insane. Oh, man. Yeah, that's insane, man. They're doing insane damage, though. That is a killing field right there. Ooh, man. Yep, there we go. They're done. They are done. You gotta be careful with these tactics because you don't want to hit your own people, but we did really well. These iron drakes are insane. Grombrindal makes them even more insane. That's tier 2. I'll wrap this one up and we'll meet you in the tier 3. Alright, so here we are with a tier 3. As you've seen, I have a lot of really spicy units. Got an organ gun, a couple flame cannons in the back. I got some hammerers, I got the peak gate guard special hammerers, and then of course I have iron breakers, which are insane, and any dwarven late game will have them. And of course I have some iron drakes. This time I have a couple with troll hammer torpedoes, which provide the armor piercing and anti-large as well. And I do have the Scolder guard, which has a lot of armor piercing as well, so they're really good. And they're kind of just straddled around here. I do have a Master Engineer, which will help me get to buff up my cannons back here. I don't think the Dark Elves are going to take the bait, unfortunately. I think they're going to wait it out, you little bitches. I'm going to have to take my Iron Drakes, and I'm going to have to march on them. Which sucks, but whatever. And of course, I'm going to keep the hammerers back here, providing like cover for my artillery. Let's move forward, have us speed up a little bit. Because unfortunately, the Dark Elves are going to have us go to them, which sucks, but whatever. Let's maintain this formation and move, just so I can get a little bit of range on them. Alright, now let's be ready. There's the flame cannons opening up, first salvo. Oh yeah, there we go. That did a lot on the Witch Elves. Open up on the Blackguard. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now, if that cold ones come in, we have our armor-piercing hammerers on the sides. So even if they try to get to my artillery, they're not going to. There we go. Now the troll hammers should be opening fire anytime now. There we go, and there we go. As soon as they get close, move back. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. There goes. It's reminders from my Doomstack video. Yeah, don't stay. Don't stay. Oh, come back. Come back. Come on back. Come on. Oh, you died? Did you die there? Oh. Kill everything without a beard. We can hit the shades with the troll hammers. Yeah, we're getting them. They're getting a little bit of us, though. That's probably because of the Blackguard and the shades, of course. Rune of Wrath and Ruin on these shades over here. Troll hammer torpedoes. They're suffering. There we go. I think we got him. Yeah, we got him. A little bit hairy with the armor piercing, but we still were able to get him pretty hard. Yeah, there we go. There we go. They're gone. They ain't coming back from that. Oh, they're burning. Burn them all. Alright. So that is a tier 3. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Now let's go and wrap this stuff up now, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look into Grombrindal. His campaign's a lot similar to normal dwarves, but he does differ with his use of iron drakes and war machines. So he does have that preference for him, but he can do good with any dwarf army because he is just insane, and having him on your team means that you're about to kick some non-Dawi heads in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and as always, remember to keep it strategic, Strat fans. Colonel out.